Hello, my name is Zaki, and this is a presentation about which computer I would purchase if I had a budget of $2,000, including the accessories. As you've already seen from the title slide, I'd be picking the MacBook Air. The reason for this is because it's a powerful computer. It has an M1 chip, which is really powerful, and it's got 8 GB RAM, which I will be discussing later on. But it's a powerful computer. It's compact. It's really thin, and about 2.8 pounds, I think. And it's also very portable. I can just slide it into my backpack easily. I already have an iPhone, and one of my accessories is an AirPods. So it fits in my ecosystem perfectly in the Apple ecosystem. So I could, it's it's easier. I'll be using the computer for educational entertainment purposes. So like if I need for schoolwork or homework or projects, and I'll also be using it for like watching shows or watching sports or playing games. The accessories include a printer and drawing pad, which is like for schoolwork. My mouse and a USB adapter would be used for like everyday use, and the AirPods are for like entertainment and educational purposes. The CPU is an M1 chip, which is designed by Apple Silicon. Usually, their older Macs was designed by Intel, so the whole software is changed. Um, Everything is stored and connected within this one chip. So it's like this one chip that has like the RAM, the GPU, like everything connected, the CPU, everything connected into like one chip. So everything's interconnected rather than being separated within or inside the computer. So because it's interconnected, it's like faster because the memory speed would be faster because everything is together. It's an 8-core CPU with 4 high-performance cores and 4 high-efficiency cores. So the computer provides, it's powerful, it's high performance, and it's also battery savings, it's efficient. Um, it has an integrated for 9.9 watt per hour lithium polymer battery. So this would give you like about 15 hours of battery life, normal use. So it's quite efficient. As I said before, it has an 8 GB unified memory, so RAM. It has an 8 GB RAM, which is enough for what a student would use or what I would use for my daily use. So it's not like a lot, like 16 gigs or like really powerful, but it's enough to satisfy my needs. So for storage wise, there's 256 gigabytes of storage in the base model, which is what I'm getting. The maximum you can get is 2 terabytes, but that's for like if you have like big files or you work with big files. So I don't really need that. So I'm just gonna pick the 256 gigs option, which is the base model, which is enough for me as well. And yeah, it should be enough for my purposes. So the display is a Retina display. It's 13.3 inches, and the resolution is 2560 by 1600. It has 400 nits of brightness, which is the maximum amount you can make it bright, which is good. It's got True Tone technology, which is basically the display fits the surroundings. So if you have orange light around you, it'll sort of integrate it to make it look like it's orange, so that it doesn't have a strain on your eyes. And the Retina display shows 25% more colors than an RGB display. So as for the keyboard is a backlit Magic Keyboard, which is in every Apple computer. The keys are a scissor mechanism key, so it's like the under the key, it's like a scissor type shape. So when you press on it, it's like a scissor mechanism. The Touch ID sensor, if you look at the keyboard, it's right at the top right corner. So that's a Touch ID. You could use it to unlock your Mac or basically use it instead of a password. You can also use it for Apple Pay and make purchases like for App Store or Apple TV. And then it's got the Force Touch trackpad, which is basically the mouse and used for like navigation. As for the exterior hardware for this computer, it's got a 720p HD camera, front-facing HD camera. So it's basically used for FaceTime, or it can also be used for like Zoom or Skype or any other software that uses camera. It's got a 3 microphone array, which is basically the microphone focuses more on the speaker rather than the background noise. So it's basically a decent microphone for a laptop. It's got two USB-C Thunderbolt ports on the side, which are used for charging, which could be used to connect an external display or transfer data, or connecting like other devices for charging purposes, or data transfer, as I said before. The Thunderbolt ports are also shown at the bottom of the screen. You can see them. On the other side of the computer, there's a 3.5mm headphone jack, and then there's also stereo speakers built into the computer. Some extra features not mentioned in the slides previous to this are that the Wi-Fi speed, it's 802.11 AX, and it's a Wi-Fi 6, so it's up to 1.2 gigs throughput. This mostly depends on your modem, but like the Wi-Fi processing speed for the Mac is pretty solid. The Bluetooth 5.0 wireless technology, so it's like basically the latest Bluetooth technology. As I said before, it's 2.8 pounds, and it's up to 15 hours of wireless web and up to 18 hours of movie playback, according to the battery that I mentioned before. So this basically sums up most of everything what I said in the past few slides, which basically it's up to 16 gigs memory. It's got the Thunderbolt ports, it's got the camera, 18 hours of battery life. A new thing with the macOS Big Sur is that it could run iPhone and iPad apps on the computer. It has Touch ID. It's the CPU is 3.5 faster than previous Macs. It's a silent, compact design, and it's also really powerful. And it's got the M1 chip. So these are like the main things. It's just summarized into one picture. So this is a video about macOS Big Sur, which is basically the operating software for this MacBook. It's a video by Craig Federighi, who is the Senior Vice President of Apple.
Welcome back. Now, let's talk about some big changes coming to macOS. Since its introduction, macOS has revolutionized the experience of using a computer by combining incredible power with incredible ease of use. And it's loved by all different types of users, from families and students to creative pros, business people, and of course, software developers. And this year, we're taking the macOS experience you love even further. But what should we call it? Well, if you're a student of macOS, you know this question can only be answered by Apple's legendary crack marketing team. Their drug-fueled, minibus-driven vision quests have yielded some great names and sadly spawned a host of imitators. The truth is, we can't responsibly continue to inadvertently lead our competition to copy these methods when they clearly can't handle the trip. So this year, we're leaving our process shrouded in mystery and taking you straight to the glorious destination. Our next release of macOS is macOS Big Sur. macOS Big Sur introduces an entirely new design and major updates to some of the most essential apps on the platform. And just like its name, Big Sur brings you unmatched levels of power and beauty. Let's start with design, where we're making the biggest change since the introduction of macOS 10. To tell you more about the philosophy and incredible craftsmanship behind the new design, here's a short video with Alan Dye.
At Apple, design has always been about great ideas. Those ideas then are developed with this obsessive dedication to detail. If we care enough about all the details that make up a product, then in the end, we will design an experience that really feels like there's no other way it could be. And the best example of this is macOS Big Sur. Our goal was to bring even more clarity to the design of the software, while retaining the Mac's powerful capability and ease of use. We started with the simplest of elements, from the shape of a corner radius to refinements in buttons and controls. And we brought our unified language of symbols to the Mac, making them more consistent and easier to recognize. Depth, shading, and translucency are used to create hierarchy. These new materials are rich and they're vibrant. They bridge light and dark. We've reduced visual complexity to keep the focus on users' content. Buttons and controls appear when you need them, and they recede when you don't. There's a new way to access system-level controls and a unified space for notifications and widgets. We've also created a new suite of sounds that are familiar to the Mac, but remastered and more refined. We wanted consistency throughout the ecosystem, so users can move fluidly between their Apple devices. But we also love that Mac icons have a deep history and a distinct look and feel. So we retain many of the highly crafted details and the playful elements that make Mac icons unique. This OS reflects an important history. It's familiar, but it's also entirely new in every detail. We love the Mac. It's the tool we use to make all the products that we put out into the world. And macOS Big Sur is where it starts.
So that's the thinking behind our new design. Now, let me show it to you in action with a demo. As Alan said, we've refined some of the most iconic elements of the Mac experience. Let's start with the dock. It has an elegant new design that floats along the bottom of your desktop. And you'll notice that we've created gorgeous new app icons for all of your favorite apps. Speaking of apps, let's take a look at the Finder. You'll notice it has a gorgeous new top-to-bottom design for the sidebar, and it has a compact, space-efficient toolbar. Makes it really easy to get to all of your controls. Next, let's take a look at Mail. You can see that Mail has all new glyphs in the sidebar, and you may have noticed that we brought color back as well. Now, each app uses its own key color, and that same color is used for the elegant new rounded row selection style here in the message list. Now, the toolbar makes it really easy to get to all your controls. Check out how the search bar expands as I click on it. And of course, other operations like filtering, well, they're just a click away. Next, let's take a look at Photos. It's just stunning. You can get to all your albums and media types from the sidebar, and the photo grid is backed by metal. So animations are super smooth, whether I'm scrolling, transitioning, or zooming all the way in or all the way out. Beautiful. Now, we've refreshed the design for all the apps on the system, from apps like Calendar and Notes, to podcasts and music with its new Listen Now pane, and an all-new version of iWork that features a simplified toolbar. You may have noticed we've also updated the menu bar. It's now translucent and elegantly takes on the color of your desktop picture. And we've updated the layout of menus as well. We've given all the items just a little bit more room to breathe. Now, on the Mac, we love our ability to get directly at controls, like Wi-Fi or sound. And you can see that we've reworked these to be even more useful. But we've gone even further this year by giving you one place to get at all your controls. We've brought Control Center to the Mac. All of my controls are here, and it's really easy to make adjustments. For instance, I could change display brightness here, or I can click to dive in for more, like turning on dark mode or activating night shift. And what's really cool is that I can customize the menu bar with any of these controls. So say I want one-click access to Do Not Disturb. Well, I can just click and drag it right into my menu bar and customize just like that. Now, we've also reinvented Notification Center. You can access it by clicking on the time in the upper right. And as you see, we now have a single view that brings your notifications and widgets together all in one place. And we now group related notifications together. You can easily expand them to take a closer look or clear them all out in one step. And we're bringing our redesigned widgets to the Mac. They're really beautiful, and you have all new ways to customize them. I'm just going to click Edit Widgets down here at the bottom. And you can see I have a gallery of all my widgets, and they come in a variety of sizes. I can select between them just like this. And developers can bring their own widgets as well, like this one here from day one. Now, adding widgets is easy. Let's start by adding, say, the world clock. Maybe I'll add notes in. And it'd be kind of cool to add my reminders list as well. So that's a look at Widgets, Notification Center, and our all-new design in Big Sur.
So after watching the video by Craig Federighi, just to summarize what he kind of said was the the main things in the macOS Big Sur was the dock refresh, where the app icons and the specific app updates. So like the app updates for photos and for notes, what he showed, and for Safari where and Mail, where he had like the new updates and everything, and then also the icons for the app were like refreshed and made better according to some people. Depends on your opinion. The menu bar refresh was also something new, where they added the control center, which was in iOS devices, basically iPhones and iPods. Um, they had the control center. Now it's also in Mac, which has everything. It's also got a widgets menu, so like you can see things faster, and then it's also got notifications, so you can get notifications better. So this was a spreadsheet I made for the for the purchases in my budget. The total becomes subtotal is 1,754, and then including tax, which is 13% tax, $228. The grand total is 1,982, and this includes the laptop, the M1 MacBook, the printer, the HP Office Jet, the adapter, the USB-C hub, the Bluetooth earphones, the AirPods basically, the drawing tablet, and the wireless mouse. Something that I got basically for the laptop, since I'm a student, when I was on the Apple website, they gave a discount. So usually it would be like $1,300 for the MacBook. But when I selected a student option, I got it for $1,169. So I got it cheaper because I was at the student plan. The printer was the same price. The adapter was also $8. It was an $8 coupon on Amazon. So it was actually originally $44.99, but with the coupon it becomes $36.99. And then the drawing tablet was also cheaper. It was more expensive. It was more expensive, $67.99, but it was on sale until still on sale right now. I don't know if it might change in the future, but right now it's $67.99, and same with the wireless mouse. It was I think 100 and something. But now it's $81.05. So a lot of these products are on sale, which is how I got it to meet the budget. So this is the HP Office Jet Pro 6978. It's $129.99. It's from Staples. So it's got wireless printing, which basically AirPrint, ePrint, and stuff. So I don't have to actually keep my computer connected to it. I can print wirelessly, so it's easier. The printing speed is 20 ppm, so it's pretty fast for $130. It's an inkjet color printer, so it's got like those mini cartridges, and the cartridges, there's two cartridges, one with black and the other one that has all the other three colors. So saving money there without after buying like so many cartridges. The features it has is print. It can copy, it can scan, and it can fax. So it's got basically the main features of a printer. It's got a 225 input paper capacity, so it's got one tray. And then the print resolution is 600 by 1200 for both color printing and black and white. This is the USB-C hub for the MacBook. As you know, I mentioned before there was only two USB-C ports in the MacBook. So like things like USB wires and stuff I can't really connect, or SD cards. So that's why I have this hub there. As you can see, it was $44.99, but the $8 coupon from Amazon. So it's basically got an Ethernet port if I need to connect to like Wi-Fi or something. It's got two USB-C ports, so like for like charging or something else. It's got an HDMI port. It's got two USB 3.0 ports, and then it's got an SD card port and a TF card port, which the maximum it can hold is 512 gigs. And the HDMI port can hold up to 4K 4K resolution. So these are the Apple AirPods, which I'll probably be using like mostly on an everyday use, but they're for only listening to music, or watching entertainment, or watching sports, or in meetings. So the case for the AirPods is a wireless charging case, so I can charge it wirelessly. The price is $270, as mentioned before. The individual buds have touch sensors, so it can like pause, increase volume, skip next, all like the basic stuff. And they're also customizable. It's got the H1 headphone chip. The Bluetooth is 5.0. Up to 5 hours of listening time for the single charge, and more than 24 hours of listening time after you keep putting it in the case. The case can hold 24 hours. The individual AirPods weigh 4 grams each, and the case weighs 40 grams total. So this is the drawing tablet. It's a VEIKK A15. It's also on Amazon. It was originally for $99.99, so $100, but it was on sale for $67.99. So it's a 10 times 6-inch tablet. It includes a tablet. It includes the pen. It includes a glove so that like it doesn't, touch sensor your hands when you're writing. It's got 20 replacement nibs, and then it's got a pen pocket or pen case, and then it has a USB cable for charging and like the manual and everything. The operating system is Windows 8, but it also operates with Mac OS because all you have to do is connect the tablet to the computer, and then like you're good to go. But like the operating software for the actual tablet is Windows. So this is the Logitech M570 wireless trackball mouse. This mouse is also ergonomic, as you can see in the picture. So it's good for like my hand and for like working, so it doesn't cause trouble, as we learned in this course before. It was originally for $121, but it was on sale for $40 off, basically 33% off for $81.05. It's got a trackball mouse too, so I don't have to like continue going on the mouse, or I don't have to like move my hand if I don't want to. I can just use the trackball if I feel like it. It's got a total of 5 buttons, and they're customizable. And it has a Bluetooth option and a wireless receiver, which is basically the small USB I can put in, which is 2.4 gigahertz, basically the standard. And then it also has 18 months battery life with AA batteries, so basically batteries you can find anywhere. Thank you for listening to my presentation. If you have any questions, you can ask them in the comments. Also, I am going to add the link to the products that I have mentioned here in the description below, so check them out.